I was speaking to a fabulous client the other day, and he reminded me of something I said in a board director education course 3 years ago. I sometimes forget some of the things I say, but I do remember talking about this. It was a comment: nobody wants a nobody on their board. And my point was that when you appoint board directors, and when I take a search assignment and someone gives me a briefing on what they're looking for, they're almost always 100% looking for people with profile, industry recognition, recognized as a thought leader, people who have a business profile, well respected, lots of accolades, won lots of, achievements in life, and, has that cachet to come into the boardroom setting. So you don't get a request for, I'm looking for a B grade executive who's in the mid levels of the company, who's never really amounted to much, been a bit of a failure, hasn't really achieved great success, never got into the C-suite, never achieved, a win in life. You just don't get a brief like that. They're looking for the polar opposite. And in fact, they're always coming to me asking me for industry icons. Could this person join my board? Could you approach X, Y, and Z? They want the famous high-profile people to add the cachet to the boardroom. So how do you overcome this as a business executive? Because let's face it, at some point in time, we've all been a nobody. We've all been part of the rank and file. We've been building up our business experience. We've always, sort of worked our way up through the ranks. And not all of us are comfortable with the modern concepts of social media, speaking at public events, writing news articles, giving interviews on TV. A lot of us aren't comfortable with that. It takes time to build the confidence and to even be afforded the opportunity. So, my sort of advice is, you've got to really be cognizant of your profile. So first and foremost, let's see where the profile is today. Go and Google yourself, go and have a look. What appears on the social media platforms? How is your brand coming across? And you need to cultivate a brand. And in particular, I do think you need to embrace thought leadership and sharing thought leadership, because that is critical to lifting profiles. So, I do these videos, for example. I get these videos out on a regular basis, and at the end of the year, 1 million eyeballs have looked at my videos, and people feel they know me, or they feel they know something about me, and they know something about my views on certain topics. So, you could start with a video blog. You could start by writing. You could write articles and submit them to various journals or news media outlets. It's relatively easy to get published. Okay, so that's a misnomer that it's really hard to crack major journals and major publications. It's relatively easy, but you've got to create the thought leadership. So start with something you can manage yourself, but I would be using my LinkedIn platform. I would be creating regular articles that I publish and push out. And with the advent of AI, you can accelerate your output and really get a system in place to sort of get that thought leadership out on a regular basis. And look for opportunities to speak, look for opportunities to share your thoughts in the media, and that helps create a profile. So you go from being a nobody to a somebody, and then once you become a somebody, you've got to continually work on it and enhance it in years ahead. But it is a true rule of the game. It is a reality that if you have zero profile, you have zero LinkedIn, you have zero thought leadership, very hard to get board seats. You must understand the paradigm. You've got to create a brand that associates yourself with the skills and the competencies that you bring to the table. The skills and the competencies alone won't be enough to get you in the door to the boardroom.